Good evening, great people, and thank you for joining the Chicago Sports Podcast. I am Trey Tunes, and I'm here with AC, D Nice, and Annie Up. And it has been a bye week, for the Bears this week. So we're here to overreact to all the things they did and didn't do. And, unfortunately, we had some, two victories with the Vikings and Lions, and we're going to, overreact to all of that stuff. Coming up next.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
All right. So here we are. Like I said, this is a Chicago sports podcast. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And the Bears had a bye week, so we always win in our bye weeks, of course. So we count that as a W. And yeah, there's some moves that the good thing is we're getting healthier. So those positive things, that we because I usually hate the early bye week, but it seems like we kind of needed it this time
It was
around.
a blessing
So,
for sure.
what are y'all thoughts about just the early bye week in general? I'll start with you, AC. Go counterclockwise.
I mean, when I first saw the schedule, I hated having the early bye week, but we started having injuries pile up on the defense. We have yet to see Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson still not back. TJ Edwards will be missing him for the whole season, and then last week Darnell Wright goes down, so you had to play on your offensive line. So it came out to get us healthy. We haven't seen Austin Booker yet this year either. The only downfall of that is now you've got to go 13 weeks in a row without a break. So it's going to be a gauntlet from here on out. But we definitely needed it to get healthy, to get things together, and to self scout. I mean, we talked about left tackle Braxton Jones losing his job to Theo Benedette, who's coming out of the bye. He's going to lock down that, or attempt to lock down that starting left tackle position. So we're kind of self-scouting our roster as well. So I think that was a big thing for our coaching staff to get in there and find out where they wanted people and places to people to end up in the right places. I hated it when the schedule came, but I think it ended up helping us out in the long run, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, Annie, up. You got anything to add to
Just
that?
a little bit. He had it mapped out perfectly. My thing is, as far as the injuries, number one, but 1A would be the fact that we shuffling this old line around, and like the quarterback, of course, is the most important position in sports. So of course you got to keep him protected. But I never seen this. Well, I don't think I have seen a guy get taken out and benched in the game on the old line from a Bears coach. Has that happened before? I don't know. Maybe it has. But I love the idea of it. I love how Ben has made his mark. Man, nobody, everyone's held accountable. We've been saying that since as soon as he got hired. But it's the guys who like Benedette. Then we Trapilla. That's an extra week now. Practice, relaxing, unwinding a little bit, reading more of the playbook. That we don't have to go out there and do it on the fly against an NFL team and possibly take an L because we're trying to figure it out. Not that we're gonna figure it out in a week or two, but I'm just saying. And also I'm very, very excited to see Ben's coaching out of the bye week. Like everybody said, I didn't want to see it on the schedule. How everything went down with our guys, bro. We needed it in the worst way. And we getting a bunch of people back at the right time. They got an extra week to rest, and they would have been back if we played yesterday. So, well, some of them. So it was a blessing. Football guys knew what was going on. And I hope I'm super optimistic about a lot of things going on with the Bears, bro. So that's my spiel.
Okay. Yeah, D Nice, what are your thoughts about the early bye
I
week?
mean, you guys hit everything on the head. You know, y'all didn't leave no meat on that bone in the morning. But you know what I'm saying? I got a little something. Um, like you guys said, you know, guys recovering, guys getting that body right, you know, guys getting prepared to come back in this thing, you know, so we can power up. Unfortunately, one of those guys is not Jalen Johnson, but hey, next man up and we moving on. I didn't like the buy either, just like any one of us didn't. We didn't like the timing of the buy. But as we've seen, it was very necessary, like AC said. But I got a caveat to it, and this, you know, hopefully this can raise you guys' spirit about the buy. It certainly did for me. Ben Johnson is used to this. He's used to the buys around this time. You know, when he was with Detroit the last 3 years, they either had a buy in week 5 or week 6. Last 3 years, they're 2-1 coming off the bye. In 2 of those years, exploding, scoring over 30 points.
Wow.
But unfortunately, one of those years, I think they only scored 6. But 2-1 record. Hey, you play the percentages, looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But this is a very comfortable situation for our head coach, and being who he is, he's going to make things very comfortable for this team, you know, so we can go out here and do what we need to do for the remainder of the year. And it also gives the team a chance, like you guys mentioned about the O-line, getting guys acclimated to, you know, new spots. Another week of being comfortable, doing the homework and getting more acclimated to this offense is a very big thing as well. So, you know, looking forward to week 6. We all know what week 6 is.
Yeah.
You know, when we see this, I know for me, when I see this team play on TV, it eats me up, and I don't like them. You know,
I don't either.
I was cool with them before the
I
Hail
was.
Mary, but I can't stand them now. But and one last thing, it gave the Bears an opportunity not only to self-scout AC, that's a good point, but also to scout the future opponent, which is the Commanders, and also look at the guys that we play in division.
That's
So
true.
with that,
Good point, bro.
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Right. Okay. All right. So I got a quick question about the Raiders, real quick. I know the Raiders game, we said that was a good character win, but after seeing what Washington did to the Raiders the previous week and seeing what the Colts did to them the following week, how do you feel about the close game the Bears had against the Raiders, seeing what happened to them the previous week and then the following week?
I mean,
We'll
that's
start back.
easy bread for me. I don't even want.
Yeah.
I'll go
Hey,
last.
I got something for that. Go ahead. Who first?
Yeah, DC, you go first this time. D Nice,
Okay.
we'll go first.
Listen, I'm not apologizing for the win, bro. I'm just not doing that. I mean, and you know, listen, you mentioned the Colts and the Commanders, how they got off on the Raiders, but you know, it was something like I said last week, you know, and it's something that's gonna have to happen for us week to week. Those teams got out ahead quick and forced the Raiders to play one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? And when you force those guys to play undimensional because of their aggressive style on offense, you're going to get opportunities for picks. Okay, and that's what happened the last 3 weeks for these guys. You know, and penalties is also a thing that hurts the Raiders. We all know where the Raiders at. We all understand who they are. But to change this, if we're going to apologize about the Raiders, should we apologize for the Cowboys too? Or should people be apologizing to us about the Cowboys? That's what I should have said, because you know, we went on after we did our thing against Cowboys. Oh, the Cowboys are terrible. This, that. ever since they played us. And before that, they've been putting points on the board.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until we held them to 14. Like, we
Mm.
understand where our defense at. But until we held them to when we held them to 14, all of a sudden, they trash to the league. Dak Prescott ain't this, ain't that, ain't this, ain't that. If that record was different, it can be easily said that Dak Prescott's playing at a MVP type level. So with all that being said, I'm not apologizing for no win, bro. We taking it and we moving on, and you know, on to week 6, bro.
I love it, bro. That was
good point,
very
man.
well said, sir.
Yeah, they were shouting MVP at the end of that game. So Annie up. You got anything to add to that?
Same book, different chapter. I wouldn't have. Actually, I'm more impressed with the close win because we lose those. So that did more for me than blowing somebody out. It's good to know your guys blowing somebody out, and you can walk away from the TV to go get a beer or something and not worry about it because the game over. But the Bears lose those games, bro, in heart-wrenching fashion. So that was one of my favorite Bears wins ever. I don't care. We could have been playing an extension team, bro. I don't care if you're in the NFL, go win. But Gino, and I'm just gonna say this too. This a little slightly out. Chip Kelly is not that, bro. Like I know Gino out there doing boneheaded stuff. Don't get it twisted. But Chip Kelly, he had a little run, and they think he's still just this awesome offensive. I don't know. he probably nicer in college, bro. But it is what it is. No, I'm not apologizing for it, and I'm glad we don't have that situation. We know we got a quarterback. They want Gino gone already, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
So that's all I got for that.
Yeah, AC, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, to go off of kind of what Andy Up was saying there, Geno Smith has thrown 9 interceptions through 5 games. That's kind of why their fan base is quickly turning on him because these defenders are seeing stuff on tape that they can take advantage of. I mean, we saw Kevin Byard jump a route twice, and shout out to Tyreek Stevenson. I mean, we talked about injuries, and he had to step up in that CB1 role. He got beat pretty first 2 weeks, and he's came with a vengeance since then to prove something. So definitely shout out to him. I mean, you talked about Chip Kelly being nice in college, seeing it at that same college, Ohio State. You know, Matt Patricia is down there doing work with that defense. So, I mean, maybe that's the right spot for him. I don't know. But it does make me still concerned with our run defense. I mean, Ashton Genty absolutely went off against us and did whatever he wanted to. And that's not a great offensive line down there in Las Vegas. So
and he wasn't he wasn't doing much before that either.
Right. And he didn't do much this week either. But they were missing Brock Bowers this week, so that's a big piece of their offense as well that kind of stretches the field for them and allows them more running lanes. And it's just you can't take week to week because just like D Nice said, we beat the Cowboys, and when we beat the Cowboys, everybody said, "Come on, it's the Cowboys." And then when the Cowboys tied with the Packers, everyone was like, "Oh, okay." And now they're like I heard today on Congo, he was talking about Baker Mayfield and Dak Prescott being in the MVP race, and I was like, "Oh yeah," and he kept pointing to the Packers game, and I was like, "Man, you missing a game there in the middle, missing one." I'm just saying,
right?
But yeah, it's I mean, it's hard to. It's a week to week, man. It's hard to say what one team's going to be from 1 week to the next because things can change so much. Also, shout out D Nice, man. That hat is freaking fire. I mean, you don't see a lot of black.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed. Appreciate it.
All right. So going into the Monday Night Football next week coming up, what are your biggest concerns like going in? Because mine personally would be the fact that the Bears defending the run, because the Commanders do lead the league in rushing.
That rookie getting it done over there.
Yeah, so with them, I think we have to have we give up the most rushing yards, and we're going up against a team that's leading the league in rushing. So with that, like, are there any other concerns like that? We'll start with you, AC, on this one, going back around.
I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. Ja'Cory Croskett Merritt, who they drafted in the round. We talk about our 7th round rank. They grabbed him in the 7th. He has taken that run back room. With Eckler going down, and they traded away Brian Robinson. We were all like, "What are the Commanders doing?" He's really taking that running back room, taking the reins and taking it by force. Just like Kasim is saying here, stop the run. That's the number one thing. You stop the run. And Jaden Daniels is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm an SEC guy. Y'all know that. So I watched him in college at LSU. Even before that, I saw him just some of those late night games at Arizona State where he was putting in work out there. But you got to stop the run. It all starts with that. Force them to make play. I mean, in the passing game, you got Debo Samuel. We're not sure what's going on with Terran. Luke McCaffrey made a couple of plays. Like, if you stop the run and force them to be, like you said, D-Nice, force them to be one-dimensional, hopefully your secondary can take advantage of making some plays. But my biggest concern is the run. That's the bottom line for me.
All right, Andy, up. You got any concerns or things going into the game next week?
We wouldn't be Bears fans if we didn't, bro. Like, let's be real here. No, seriously. To answer your question, Jaden stopping the run, that's the easy one because we've been so god awful against it. But Jaden plays so loose and so free, even with that little brace on his knee. Like, he's hard to rattle, that guy. So he worries me. Firstly, they're well coached as hell. That's number 2. And also I want to know, like, tomorrow, who all will be available. I know they won't. That's not going to happen. But that's another thing that worries me. I want to know exactly who's going to be out there on each side of the ball that's been injured, so I'll know what I feel like we can win at, what positions we can win at, or at least have a slight edge or whatever. I feel like Booker coming back. I know he hasn't been in the regular season like going. That was in preseason when he was going crazy with a Steelers ball. And I'm not saying you place all of the Booker's back, he's going to be the savior of the run defense and all of that. But with the lack thereof on the pass rush side, bro, like, I feel like he can only add to it. Because, I mean, we talking about the run. Our pass rush,
absolutely.
Like, has it been crazy? Like, so I don't know, man. There's a few things I'm worried about. I'm not like, oh, my goodness. But I think, we're going to, either way, we're going to go out there like a well-coached team with this. After this, I'm glad my boy D-Nice spit those statistics at me, because I didn't know. I know Ben Johnson background on after bye weeks. That's dope. So I'm feeling better about that side of it too, since I heard that. So yeah, those are my things, man. We got a few things to be concerned about on Washington side and with our healthy guys too. So
Yeah, it's definitely good to hear those stats about Ben Johnson with bye weeks, considering the Bears' history with bye weeks. So, been pretty catastrophic. So hopefully we can change that up. D-Nice, you got any concerns going into this game? Any?
The only concern I truly have, and in respect to our opponent, we have to respect every guy that touches the grass versus us week by week. But the only thing I worry about is the Bears, where they're at mentally, and where your heart at, man. Can you stick your hands down there and prepare and get busy? You know what I'm saying? Can you know what I'm saying? Is your nuts there? That's my main concern for the Bears, because with Washington being who they were last year, we still only lost that game by a miracle by them.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that miracle was caused because of one bad coaching decision and one player getting too far ahead of himself. So, I'm not too concerned about the coach, and I think we cool there. But
we did that with Flukes too, by the way. I know
that's what I'm saying. My man, and I know where we at defensively, and I got a philosophy about how that's gonna change. And but since you asked me this question, the mentality of the players is the number one concern for me. You know, especially after going through what we went through last year and how that kind of traumatically affected things. I want to know where players at Monday night. Because if they're in the right, if
Okay.
they're in the right
Yeah.
place, we gonna handle business for sure.
Okay, that's a good
All
one,
right.
man. Original. I wasn't thinking that
Yeah,
way.
that's good. Yeah, you're interested. It's very interesting that you said that too, because I was just thinking about this podcast that Kevin Byard has, that he had Tyreek Stevenson on recently, and they
Mm.
talked about last year and all the stuff, how he just has to own what happened. And it seemed like he gave Tyreek some really good advice. And he just has to own that what happened, realize it was a mistake, and just prove other people wrong by his actions, pretty
Keep
much.
playing ball.
And let them know that's not who he really is, even though that's what he showed. He said that's what people saw. So I have to change
Yeah.
that by doing better in the future. That they can, and he wants to be a good example of like a good redemption
Yeah.
story. And he said, "Oh yeah, man, that dude that gave up the Hail Mary play, messing with the crowd and stuff. Oh man, now he an All Pro. So it's good to have that mentality just to wear it and move
Yeah.
forward, because he's coming off two pretty good games. He started out a little rocky, but his last two games were pretty good in particular. And unfortunately, he doesn't have Jalen Johnson on the other side,
Yeah.
to help him out.
Right.
But like Tyreek in particular, I'm looking forward to seeing him have a good game, and hopefully he can make some impact plays.
Mm.
So with that being
But
said,
hold
like,
on,
what do
hold
you
on,
want to see?
hold on,
Uh,
Tunes. I got this one more. Now, with
all
what you
right,
said about Tyreek and what happened between him and Kevin Byard on the podcast or whatever, Tyreek,
yeah.
I'm talking to you right now. I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you and I'm talking to
This-
you. Tyreek, this does not mean you play outside of the scheme trying to be Superman and trying to do more than what your job requires.
Hmm.
Stay in the moment, stay within
Mm.
the scheme, and ball out, brother.
Yeah.
That's what we need from you.
Yeah.
Get
All
it.
right,
yeah.
Tunes, that's it.
That's it.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Okay. So exactly. Listen to. I hope he's listening. Yeah. So yeah. With that being said, what do you want to see happen in particular in this game? Is there something you're looking forward to happening? Like with me, it's kind of like I really want to, like one of y'all touched on earlier, coming out the bye week with Ben Johnson, the whole coaching aspect, how they going to approach that game. The stuff I'm looking forward to, the wide receiver chemistry and stuff. The offense
Mm.
going to still, like, it looks like it's getting better and better each week. So what are some things that y'all looking forward to seeing happen and hopefully being executed in the upcoming game? We'll start with
You
D
want to start?
Nice.
Um,
Okay.
what I would want to happen is a blowout, but you know what I would like to see for real is better chemistry between the quarterback and the skill position players. Um, more aggressiveness from the O line when it comes down to running the football. More
Mm.
aggressiveness from the backs when it comes down to receiving the handoff and hitting the holes. Um, more tenacity by the guys up front on both sides of the ball. Just more aggressiveness all around, especially on defense, but more chemistry on offense and more aggressiveness on defense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. What about you, Andy? You have anything you're looking forward to
Um,
seeing
yeah,
happen?
definitely. I want to see somebody on that line become the dog. I mean, I know Grady Jarrett got the skin in the game. He's done a lot in this league. He a legend down there in the A. But I don't want to hear nobody talking. I want to see somebody jump. And I've been looking. 55 has been doing the most jumping I've seen. on the line, bro. Who is that?
Yeah,
you know him.
yeah.
Somebody help me out
Yeah.
here. I mean,
Yeah.
Dio.
Sweat got dialed. Sweat got some pressures. He didn't get any. I don't worry about facts. I'm just looking to see how you're moving out there. Sweat has been playing with a little bit more fire. So I just want to see on both lines too, both lines, and I want to see Benedette show me some. I think Ozzy gonna be all right. I don't know much about Benedette, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the trenches, bro. I want to see the trenches excel, whether win, lose, or draw. I want to see both sides of our trenches do that thing, bro. And that's really, I mean, and everything else, like more cohesion and gel, and then, getting more comfortable during the season as the season goes on. But I'm gonna be looking at the trenches, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a good point. Yeah, see what happened up
Yeah,
front, because that's what the Wars
yeah, for
won
sure.
right there. All right, AC, you got anything to add that you would like to
Yeah,
see happen?
yeah. I love what Andy upset about the D line. I'm excited to see what Austin Booker can do with live reps because I really like that dude when
Me
we
too.
drafted him. As a guy
Yeah,
that I was perfectly fine with them trading back in to go up and get that kid because I
me
wanted
too.
him in the earlier rounds. So I was happy. I was happy when they made that move. But offensive, I feel like we're getting holes in the running game. You got to hit the right hole.
Mm-hmm.
He sits back there and dances, and he'll miss his hole, or he'll take. I don't know. I don't know how you've been playing running back. Went to Georgia, man. You know position. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? It's baffling to me. I did want to cover that guy's question for a second though when he brought up the Brian Thomas Jr. Uh, we saw Roma Dunze
Yeah.
with Shane Waldron, Jacksonville, and Brian Thomas Jr. is having his worst. I mean, it's only his second year, but he has fallen off quite a bit with Shane Waldron in charge of their passing game down there. I know this as a fantasy football owner of Brian Thomas Jr.
All right. Yeah. So like you said, time will tell with that. So far, I mean, Rome's looking pretty good, especially chemistry wise.
And he had a solid
What
year
he
last year too. So
Mhm.
right, and he's looking
Mhm.
even better, especially to start off. I know. I think what he was on the interview with our podcast with somebody, and they was talking about his goals for the year. Right? So I was like, they was talking about goals for the year and stuff like that, and he was talking about breaking Randy Moss's touchdown record uh, that was set with 2007, I
hmm,
think, was 23 touchdowns.
wow.
That's something to reach for. I
Yeah.
I mean, he's
mean,
always had high expectations of himself. I remember when I think it was on CHGO when he was first drafted, and they told him the career Bears wide receiver yards record, and he said for a career, like after they told him what the yards was. So the bar's not really
right?
set that high here in Chicago. But he sets the standard for himself. And this is a guy who scored a touchdown in every single Bears game this year. I think
Hey,
I saw a stat week where it was him and one other player in the NFL who had scored in every single game that they had played in this year. So yeah, I think the chemistry is building with him and Caleb. It's only going up. I don't
yeah,
want
Yeah.
to take up the whole
And
show though.
hey man, listen, that wide receiver position is what it is. I just want Rome to be the best wide receiver he can for the Chicago Bears.
mm-hmm.
Like Brian, regardless of where you picked that, whatever. Brian Robinson, this ain't no competition with Brian Robinson. He got more things to worry about in Jacksonville. But
Yeah.
back to the Commanders. And I don't mean to slight the question, nothing like that, but I just found something pretty interesting. Uh Dennis Allen played this team last year. Um Final score was 20-19. Um of course they lost. But Dennis Allen has seen this team same personnel, same quarterback. You know, the only difference is the young rookie that's running the football. Olamide Zaccheaus was on this team last year. So this is some more insight that we have. You know, we got a view from the inside. Now, usually this stuff don't matters, but you know, I'm taking a optimistic approach to say that it can matter. You know, but Jaden Daniels still did his thing. You know, played a very efficient game, threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but New Orleans ended up scoring 19 points and losing by 1, 19-20 last year, and that's the Dennis Allen's coach team.
All right.
So
Okay.
just just something to kind of, you know, raise the optimism. You know what I mean?
All right.
For sure.
Yeah, you gotta make a segment called D Nice's Fun Facts or something like that. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, so yeah, you hopefully like you have that familiarity. It's like you said, it might just be something, you know, but you don't want to take stuff like that lightly. You know, yeah, you can use whatever you can use as an advantage to win.
Yeah.
You know, so
And another thing, Jaden Daniels was sacked 8 times, bro.
Man.
Now we don't have a Cameron Jordan, bro. We don't have it. But the scheme is the scheme.
Yeah. So yeah, just want to, you know, we're all talking about the Commanders game, right? So we're having a watch party for this event at the Wind Creek Casino.
Yes,
so you know, Jim Miller's going to be there.
my guy.
Of course, all the crazy fans are going to be there. Track's crazy stuff is going to be there. So make sure you know I'll be DJing the event. So come down, check us out at the Wind Creek Casino. October 13th for Monday Night Football. It's going to be dope. So make sure y'all join us for that. And we also got some new merch available. You know, I'm sorry I don't have a link or anything, but we'll make sure we put it in the description and put it in the you know, the comments section so you can check it out. Got some CSP Chicago Sports Podcast T-shirts. Yeah, we got the Good, Better, Best Ben Johnson shirt, which is dope, you know, so make sure y'all check it out and support and like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We're at, I think, 9,700 subscribers, so we almost at 10K. So come on, y'all. You know, share, like, comment, all that good stuff so, you know, we can keep this all going and everything. And, you know, because it's definitely a good time, especially when the Bears keep winning,
absolutely.
Right? So, yeah. All right, so moving along. So we talked about what we want to see, what we concerned about. Are there like since this was a bye week, and you know we got the trade deadline approaching? Are there any moves or anything you think the Bears should make or should look into, or anything they should try to strengthen up or gain some depth or anything? You know. Are there any moves? And what are they? Do you think the Bears should look into try to make?
Oh man,
we'll start with AC on this one.
Go for AC.
Even though Andy, I don't know, Andy up looked like he was ready.
It's gonna be short and sweet. I go for AC. You got it.
I was gonna say go ahead. Let Annie up go. I mean, I'm
look, I'm gonna get it out the way fast, bro. Like seriously.
All right, go ahead, Annie.
Because look, it's right on the tip of my brain. I want us. I don't feel comfortable with how I know the running backs, bro. And I mean, we're seeing it. Like AC said, it's there's opportunity there.
I think he got froze up.
Then he back behind. But they got opportunities up front to make bigger plays than they have, man. So we got to get another set of eyes. And Roshan never plays. He healthy scratch every week. Like we don't have. So I don't know. I don't even know who's out there anymore. All the guys who was yelling, beating the table for picked up and doing decent on teams. But I mean, like I don't know, bro. And I really want to see if we could find maybe. I don't love our depth at the. It's a bunch of D linemen who I don't know who they are, bro. And I usually keep a real close watch on these dudes. It's like maybe is it our rotation why we so ineffective up front? I mean, we blitz and of course get a little pressure due to blitz, but our front four not pushing nobody back, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know what D linemen are out there, but I would love for those two.
Yeah, one I think Sports Illustrated pointed out was a Simmons from Tennessee.
Yep.
Even though he's not an edge rusher, but he is a run stopper and will just wreak havoc in the middle. And he's better than anybody we got up on the line right now. So I don't know. I mean, he's in contract. I think he's making
Oh
25
man, I don't
million a
know,
year.
man. We got too many high
Yeah,
priced
but
guys who don't do stuff on that line right now, bro.
But if he
yeah,
if he
that's
come on his team, he ain't gonna be one of them.
right. Yeah,
Right.
Touche.
yeah. Because what you gonna at least have to get. I mean, because he's like, I think he has um 2 sacks so far this year and four forced fumbles or something like that. He's like
He's,
their best
he's a baller, man.
lineman.
He's a baller for sure.
Yeah, so you giving up is like a second round pick at least for him. So and plus you taking on that contract. You won't have to take on the signing bonus, but you definitely have to take on that contract, which I think hits at 26 million next year too. So
Mm,
I mean that's you make a move like that when you know like okay this the missing
Yeah,
piece. So but I think we got more concerns than that.
yeah, I agree.
So let's just try to develop what we have and maybe draft. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I don't know. Like I do agree with the running back room. So D Nice, you got think
oh,
any
it's on me.
moves need to be made for the trade deadline?
Man, listen, man. Jeffrey Simmons would be wonderful. I would like a move like that. But if we're going to go running back, now I wouldn't totally blame the lack of the running game strictly on the backs. I think those guys up front, have a great deal to do with that. I think it's some more chemistry that has to be developed between the trenches on both sides. And that kind of explains for me or to me that the struggles. The struggles are there because not the chemistry hasn't really set in yet. Um, if you want to go running back, you want to. I listen. New Orleans has a stable over there, and they have a couple of guys that can run the rock.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested in this Kendre Miller guy. Kendre Miller, because I've been hearing things about Alvin Kamara and his possibility of joining the Bears and things of
I
that
don't want
nature.
Kamara, bro.
I mean, no. Hey, listen, if Kamara comes here, you will not hear nothing from me. I will applaud it. But do I think he's just a total change guy to make this offense goes? I think he's going to still have some struggles because the offensive line has a job to do and they're not doing it as a unit just yet. So that's going like again, I think that's explained. It's not the ability of the backs. I do think we have other backs there that need opportunity. What are you stashing these guys for? You got Roshan playing special teams, bro. And you know that we need another set of legs in this running game. You got Brent Brown. Brent Brown showed a lot in the preseason, though it was the preseason. He showed something. He should be rewarded for what he showed. Give him an opportunity to show it, you know what I'm saying, during live games, doing games that matter. He's shown that he's been pretty good in pass pro, and he's explosive. This is the things that we need. He's a smaller guy, of course, but he's a guy that can run between the tackles. So, you know, like Toon said, I think we need to just focus on improving what we have in the building. But there are some interesting guys, if we don't have to give up too much, from the draft pick side of things. If you want to shake a stick at it, go for it. But, Kendre Miller is a guy I'm looking at. And I'm only mentioning him because, like Andy Up said, Alvin Kamara, he got a lot of tread on them tires,
Mm-hmm.
man. And it'll be
Yeah.
so Chicago Bears for us to grab Alvin Kamara, and he's not what the people want him to be. And it really won't be his fault,
Mm-mm.
you know. But I just think the coaching staff with us needs to kind of expand some things and give guys that ain't showed nothing on tape this season, give them the opportunity to. Because if you're not gonna do that, what you got them here for?
Yeah.
Roshan is not a difference
Right.
maker on special teams, and I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just saying, bro. Like you ain't no world beat on special teams, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
I think
need
you
you.
got to find this.
We need you on second and two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Third and one. Like just give these guys an opportunity to show what they can do, bro. I mean, we all know Roshan been here forever. What seems like
Yeah.
forever, but hey, man, what we got right now it ain't really working.
Right.
But
Cliff
we
don't
got
want
some
no
young
parts of
guys.
between them tackles, man. He don't want
We
no
got
parts.
some guy. We got a very young guy and Manon guy. You know, but the guys up front got to get it together.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that too.
There are exceptional running backs that can withstand playing behind not so great offensive line, but we don't have that here.
Right.
You know, we need the
Yeah.
guys up front to do their job. And the job has to be the tackles are the tackles, but the major job that has to be done and the things that the Bears have struggled with, the past few years is interior line.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys they gotta get together. And Jonah Jackson, I know
Ooh.
where he came from. I know
Ooh.
his little accomplishments, but hey, bro, you might be on the list, my man. You might be on that
Right.
list, and it might be time to have a conversation about you. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
You ain't lying.
We will see.
Yeah. And so we'll go to AC and then K is KB. Are you with us in the
I'm
chat?
here, man. I'm listening to the conversation, brother.
Oh,
Y'all
okay.
so deep in the
All
trenches
right.
right now. Your boy, I'm just enjoying it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think okay.
Whoa, we got
Shout out
tequila
to El
sponsored.
Bandino.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hey,
All right, yeah,
CSP
we got
merch, baby. Let's
CSP
go.
merch.
You see him?
Yeah.
You see him?
Limited edition. We got the Chicago Sports Podcast T-shirt in the Bears themed colors, and then we also got the Good, Better, Best T-shirt with Ben Johnson yelling right above that in navy and white. So go make sure y'all head to Etsy.com/shop/CSP Fit. That's Etsy.com/shop/CSP Fit. And go ahead, just buy all of them. Just get one of each. Get them for your friends, your family, all that good stuff. Holidays coming up, make a great stocking stuffer, all that good stuff. All right. CSP merch and more coming soon. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to see where we left off with I'm talking about what moves we need to make. AC, you got any is AC still there?
Hey, see.
You
I
with
was
us,
gonna say,
AC?
AC done blocked off. He don't never do that.
Go for it, KV.
Oh, okay. So okay, yeah, KB. Any moves you
Oh
think
man,
the
what
Bears
was the
need to
question
make?
again, brother? What was the question, man? Go ahead.
All right, yeah. So like with this being a
Oh
bye week, and
man,
you do like a lot of evaluation, right, with the team. Do you think the Bears need to make any moves, or is there anywhere they should be looking to make a move at, or a trade, or anything before the deadline?
I think yeah, I think we all know it's two glaring spots, right? That's what you're looking at. You're looking at that D line and you're looking at running back. Uh, I didn't scoured all the podcasts. I didn't listen to all the talk, and it's wild because you think about one of the most it's not the word I'm looking for. One of the biggest talking points, I'll just go with that, is addition by subtraction. You know, you get this conversation about whether or not we should keep DJ Moore, which I absolutely believe you should keep DJ Moore. DJ Moore is a piece. He helps free up Rome.
Yeah.
That being said, there comes the conversation of, if you can unload DJ Moore to a team like the Giants, who are going to need a wide receiver one to replace Malik Neighbors, and you can get somebody back like a Thibodeau, or I'm not gonna say Buddy, that's the D tackle. The talking point is Kevon Thibodeau. So you get a defensive end. So would you make that trade in almost a straight up manner to trade DJ Moore for Kevon Thibodeau straight up? I think, to me, that's what your biggest talking point is. At the point I'm at, there aren't any running backs that you really gonna look at to trade for that's gonna do you any world better than what you got. I think they're running DeAndre Swift the wrong way. I think you need to use DeAndre Swift on the outside runs, and you need to leave the inside running to a bigger back. Now, why we still have the Roshan on this roster, I don't know, because I'm not understanding. You got Aldrick Estime sitting out there on the practice squad. You got Damian Martinez sitting out there on the practice squad. If you just need a back to get you a few yards, bring somebody in. Go call up Britton Brown. You know what I'm saying? At the point I'm at, there's nobody that you're going to trade assets for that's going to come in and do you any good. I keep hearing Breece Hall. You're not finna trade anything to the Jets for Breece Hall. I heard a round pick for Breece Hall. I'm not giving them no third round for Breece Hall. Then you hear later round pick for Alvin Kamara. You trade for Alvin Kamara, you are trading for the exact same running back that you got in DeAndre Swift. Just, he's older. Yes, it would be nice to have him. Absolutely. There's not a world where I would sit here and downplay anything that you know what I'm saying, that man would be able to do. But you need a back to be a bruiser. You need a bigger back to get the short yards. You need somebody to run in between the tackles. And if you're not doing that with Monungai, you keep doing it with DeAndre Swift for whatever dumbass reason. Figure out what the play is. You need to bring Britton Brown up and let him run. But if you're asking where I think movement should be, I'm looking at that D line. I feel like Austin Booker is going to give us that boost that we're looking for in the pass rush, because I think he was starting to put the alphabets together. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to get his A, B, and C's. He's starting to understand that certain things happen, and he has more than one pass rush move. And I think I feel like that's the problem with Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat doesn't have multiple pass rush moves to go to. So I feel Booker is going to give us a little bit more in the pass rush. I do like the Jeffrey Simmons thing. I seen that in Bleacher Report. Y'all know my cousin's on the D line, man. Y'all know he a D tackle. So talking about grabbing somebody like Jeffrey Simmons is going against me. Talking about my cousin against a PT, but I feel like if Austin Booker comes in and he's the player that I think he's going to be, you're going to need to push up the middle, and I think that's what we're lacking at the moment. Javon Dexter has been getting his pressures. I give him that, but we're looking at stats in a vacuum. We're looking, what we need to be looking at is impact on the game. I don't feel like he's getting the impact on the game that he should be getting at right now, and where he's at his career. I feel like he should be impacting the game at a higher rate. So, like I said, in a roundabout way, me dancing around that, I think your movement has to be on D-line more so at running back. I think the defense needs more help at the moment. Y'all go ahead.
All right.
Now,
That's
Yeah,
real, man.
now,
point.
I can agree with that. I think, see, on the offensive side, we got DJ, we got Rome, we got Caleb, and sometimes we got Komet and Swift, right? But we don't have an alpha guy on the defensive side. We don't. We don't have one of these guys that these our opponents have to focus on when it comes down to scouting on defense. We don't have one of those guys yet. Kevin Byard is still pretty good. He's long in the tooth, though, but we don't have a stud on the defensive side of the ball. We don't. We got some good. We got a lot of good. And the
Yeah.
guy that we consider the stud, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even with him, I think he's a very good corner.
God damn.
But he is not a true stud. And that's what we're missing. That's what this defense is missing.
Jalen a stud, man.
It's like they never threw to him. It's like I think he
Jalen
made
a
a big
stud,
impact
D
on the
Nice.
game.
Come on, man.
You know,
How
they
easy we
when
forget.
Jalen was in the game, they just don't throw to whoever
Bro.
he's covering.
I mean, but okay. If it's so bad, listen, Jalen is a very good corner.
Yeah.
He's very good. I will not put him amongst the elite. I'm sorry. He hasn't shown me that. He's shown to be very good, though. Very technical, but I cannot put him amongst the elite. Now, you say they don't throw to his side. Why would I throw over there when I know I got Gravy on the other side? When I know the other side is obviously better for me to throw. Like, if I ain't got to go over there and we still be successful, why I'm going over there? That just makes sense.
I mean,
All right.
he's still covering your number one receiver. You
Sometimes. But remember what happened versus Green Bay last year. Christian, what's his name? The light-skinned receiver that's hurt for the Packers all the time.
Yeah.
Evans. Bro,
Jalen was covering that.
He different, bro. He's an exception. He's an exception, man.
But we can't listen. He ain't no Pro Bowl, so he ain't no exception. That joke always hurt. We talking about the wide receiver for Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay. I thought you said
Green Bay.
I'm tweaking.
No, okay. Green Bay. No.
Yeah, the light skin one. He was like a first or second year receiver, right?
Yeah, I think he like third year, but
third year now. Well, now
as often as you see him, you may think he's new because he ever since he was drafted, he ain't played a full season.
Okay.
But we played him last year. Jalen was on him, crossing route, beat Jalen up, beat Jalen, crossed the field, went on
Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did cook Jalen last year, but you can't say that a lot, though.
Listen again, but you can still be very good and say the same thing we saying about him.
Yeah, I mean, there's elite receivers that get cooked every now and then. So
you see what's happening. You see what's happening in the sauce right now, boy.
But we talking about amongst the elite, bro.
I hear you, bro, and I'm like, you see, I ain't giving too much. I don't agree, but I respect it. And
what's the McConnell for Denver got burnt the other day? What's his name?
You might be right.
Patrick Surtain.
But see, me being beat by AJ Brown or being beat by Jalen Johnson compared to being beat by Christian Will, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
But he was getting a few people. It wasn't just Jalen. He showed some
before he got hurt.
Yeah, before he got hurt.
Your best ability is what?
He was available against the Bears, so that's what
I'm saying. I mean, look, these cornerbacks having success has a lot to do with what the pass rush gives them.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that Jalen is trash or he's not good, but listen, bro, good, great, elite. There's levels, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
And I just think Jalen Johnson is very good. I don't think he's elite. I just don't. Now you can spit. People can spit numbers at me all day, and which they have, and yeah, that's cool. But look at his interception totals. And how long you been here?
Yeah, you're right.
And we can't say because we can't say. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody throws to him the first couple years because they threw away a lot. The only time I've seen Jalen have true success is when he's going up against bad quarterbacks.
Well, I don't know, man. I think
sorry, listen. Sorry, not sorry, bro. I'm just saying, man. Listen, I'm a fan of this team and I love this team, but I am not letting them ride, bro.
I hear you, man. Dude,
I feel like you said, first we just need to be healthy. So,
but nah, Jalen, he was on the cusp. At his peak, he was on the cusp, and he needed to, whatever happened. But I get. That's why I say I might damn near agree with it, but I'm a Gemini, so bear with me. But nah, Jalen,
And then, again, I ain't saying he trash. I ain't saying none of this. So please don't spin my words. He's very good, and we
just
need
you
him.
don't think he's elite?
Yeah, I just don't think. Question. That's a good question they just asked on the chat, bro.
Well, what's the question?
Should the Bears trade Bagent to a QB needy team like Cincinnati or Las Vegas?
You got to be careful with that, bro.
Yeah, because
God forbid,
one play away from being a QB needy.
Yeah, man.
So he ain't gonna be on nothing if Bagent come in, bro. He ain't gonna do nothing that a guy we can't go out and get. Dude, don't act like he's special.
Nah, bro. But the thing is, he locked in the system already. He got familiarity with what's going on. He got guys that's there.
That
you know what I'm saying?
Sense in the world, but don't do it like he's so nice.
He's a backup for a reason. We all know that.
I was triggered, bro.
We all know that, but being in these days and we're fortunate enough to have a head, but man,
yeah.
Yeah, that's a rocky road. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It makes sense too, to a certain extent, but man, I
really depends on what they asking me for, bro.
And what do you guys think Tyson Bagent is worth, bro? Regardless of how dead, because it's teams that have ability in the backup quarterback that might be better than ours. What's the worth on a guy like Tyson Bagent compared to a guy like Russell Wilson?
Oh well, no, Tyson Bagent. Tyson Bagent. I feel like Cincinnati for sure, bro. I feel like. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not just giving them away. I ain't just gift wrapping and giving them away. But right now, the value with all that money they got that's running out there and they're not getting no balls. I think the value is for Bagent. I think the value is pretty high for Bagent, bro. I know they not probably. I know Russell Wilson. I think people like, all right, bro, you had a great career, man. Do your thing. We gonna go this route type thing. I think Russ might. If he want to still play, he can. But Russ probably go ahead and cop a squad. Bagent, young stud, loves the game. Did it the hard way, and he got some skills, and he likable. They're gonna get Bagent, bro.
But here's the thing: they might want to get him right, but we're not getting a quality pass. We're not getting a good pass rusher for no Tyson Bagent, bro. We're not getting a quality pass rusher for Tyson Bagent. No team is doing that, bro. No team is doing that.
Right,
now,
that was
we have to be realistic here. We got to be realistic, fellas. Like, this ain't Madden. This ain't fantasy football. We talking the real deal here. You know what I mean? And, shout out to the chat. Much love to y'all. We love the questions. Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep them coming, man.
Because we want to respond, you know what I mean, to what you guys got going, man. And, hey, man, listen. If we can get a top tier or a tier 2 pass rusher for Tyson Bagent, there's a bridge in Brooklyn that I got for sale. If y'all want to buy it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right.
Tier 2?
It's like.
No, bro.
I mean, as much as I think he would fit great in Cincy. As a matter of fact, I know the Lions kind of put it on them last game, but um, what's the quarterback that got now Browning or something like
Browning,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, he connected with. I mean, he got all the talent around him. I mean, he got two great receivers and stuff. So I mean, he hit him on a few plays. So I mean, maybe he just got to build a chemistry with him and have a few practices, and he'll probably look way better especially than he did the last two games. So
Last year he hooped with him though, bro.
Yeah, he balled with him. He balled with him, but man, look here, man. Like I said, it's backups for a reason, bro. And
yeah,
if Cincinnati felt that Brown keep up or maintain the production of a Joe Burrow wouldn't be there, bro. That's just how it is. You see how remember back in the day when the 49ers had Young and Montana.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
They messed around and found out that Young could give you the same production to Montana, and what happened? We gonna go cheaper. Y'all know how this thing go, man. You know, but
right.
we gotta stay locked in as Bears fans. All y'all, I'm talking to all y'all now. We have to stay locked in. Trust the process. Like just because things are going well, don't mean that we can afford to start giving quality away. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nah, that's real.
Hold on. Hey. Read. Hey, I can't see it, Tunes. Read that. Read that,
All
bro.
right, it says you don't think Cincy would trade Henderson for Bagent and a mid round pick. Rumor was they were looking for a second, third round pick before the season. Uh, they're a loaded team that could be a mid tier well WB or QB away probably meant QB
Mid-tier.
away from competing. Browning ain't cutting it for the team.
Listen. All right. Cincinnati, what? Oh, 1-4, 0-5. What is it?
Think
That's a
they
good
did they
question.
win one?
I think they won one. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, they beat
Yeah,
Jacksonville, I think.
yeah.
I think they did beat Jacksonville. Bro, if we give up, if we want Hendrickson, right?
Yeah.
We gonna have to give up Bajent and a number one or two twos, bro. You
Yeah,
listen, bro.
cause
Y'all treating this thing like Madden, man. A mid round and Bajent? Come on, man.
and plus he's not like he's on the contract one more year, right? They
Shit.
franchised him or something. Yeah, they didn't give him a new contract.
Who that?
Did they give Henderson a new
He
contract or did
signed
they give
something.
Nah, they signed. He signed something. I'm not quite sure the numbers,
just
but
not a long term? I think it's
Nah, it's not
short.
long term
Okay,
at
all
all.
right.
bro, we gotta think real, man. And then okay, we get Hendrickson, and the injury bug comes and bite us. Caleb hit his hand on a helmet. You know, just do some crazy stuff. And I guess we can lean on Case Keenum. I guess so, but hell, why not try to trade Case Keenum? Shit.
Yeah.
I'm
God,
just
I'm saying,
saying, bro. I'm just
right,
saying,
Shout
man.
out to G and to the rest of the people in the chat.
A
Y'all can
very
definitely
fun
keep the
conversation
questions
though. G,
coming.
I'm with you, man. No disrespect to you, bro. I'm just, I'm ragging, but we gotta make that thing make sense, cuz.
nah, that's real.
Yeah, and yeah, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. So definitely keep subscribing, sharing, and liking, and we'll be there in no time. We might make it there tonight now.
Yeah, hey man, shit.
Yeah, shout
Hey,
out to we got James Childress in the building. Yeah,
Let's
so
go.
definitely keep your comments and questions coming in the chat. They said hell no, that trade will never happen. So we got some people disagreeing. That on your side, D Nice. They
Just
say
a
I'm
yeah,
little.
saying, man. Listen, I love everybody that sends comments about this chat in this chat, man, and shares their thoughts because it gives us perspective and it gives us opportunity to share our perspective with the people. So listen,
True.
guys, keep it coming. We joke, we laugh and play. We keep things
Yeah.
respectable, man. We not shaming your comment and nothing like that, man. But we just having a little fun, man.
all right.
So y'all keep the comments coming.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, they coming in now. So some said how in a black and blue heck did Minnesota and Detroit put a rabbit out of their backsides to get a W? Well, I don't know. Detroit kind of won that decisively.
Yeah, that
yeah,
wasn't really close to that scoring indicator.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
not
Minnesota
at all.
game. Yeah, they.
and
Yeah. Like you said, uh,
Minnesota, Minnesota, like that Minnesota game. It was interesting, but Cleveland did the Cleveland, bro, and
Mhm.
yeah, that's what
you
Cleveland
know,
man is. They got such a good defense to me too, man.
yeah, but they undisciplined as hell, man. That's how they end. That's how Addison ends up with the touchdown, bro.
Right, yeah,
Just
you're right.
undisciplined shit, man.
Uh,
We
they,
ain't
they
worried about
they got
those
so much
jumpers,
talent
but
on
we
that
just got to
team.
worry
I
about
feel
our
like.
And
defense,
I
guys.
picked I picked Cleveland to win this
I
game,
did
bro.
too.
And it wasn't because of my heart. I just felt like with what Minnesota had going on with the QB position. But listen, there's another guy that's number two, or hell, I guess he was number three in Minnesota. But there's another guy, Carson Wentz, experienced guy, can
Yeah.
spin the football, get it down the field, got good feet. He's better. Listen, say what you want, but he's better than Tyson Bagent.
Oh no, that's no question. I would be
So,
offended if
like, there's a
somebody
lot
thought.
of other places that these teams can go for a backup. But man, if Ryan Poles is able to trick anybody into giving up a good to great player for little or nothing, I think everybody need to leave him alone from this point
Mhm.
forward. You know what I'm saying? Because if he can get a guy here, that's been my thing with Pose. Pose, if you can get a guy here doing the homework and seeing what you saw, and if you saw it, bro, we all seen it. You know what I'm saying? Get a guy up in here that can show that he can do the job. If he don't do the job, that ain't on Pose, bro.
Uh,
That's
You know
real
what I'm
true.
saying? Like these players sometimes lie, dog.
Nah, you're right. That's a fact. And just real quick to clear that up, not clear nothing up, but just to they can't trade Wentz away because that young boy gonna really be in trouble without him. So they know better.
yeah.
Now Beijing, I
Mhm.
take Beijing. I think is would garner. I said at least a second tier pass rusher. That was my thing. I felt like that we could get a fair trade with a second tier. I don't know the guy's name or who I'm even talking about now, but a second tier guy who could come in. I think Beijing in a low draft pick would probably get that. That was my point. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, but what you think is it worth? I don't know. Would that player make? I mean, because of course you hope that Caleb will stay healthy, but
Always.
I don't know. Is it? I think it's worth just keeping him.
It would have to be worth it, bro. It would have to be
One
worth it.
alpha dog though, one alpha dog in the trenches will change the complexion of this defense.
I believe it.
Just one.
They
Regardless
probably
if you
know
put
that
him
too.
on the end, regardless if he plays on the edge or he plays on the line. We need one alpha that will change the complexity of this defense, and it'll be like night and day, bro.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing the Bears are lacking, man.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Just need a dog on that line, man. So somebody got some dog in them, and it just don't seem like I don't know. Let's like you said, like Sweat. It seemed like a one trick pony. You don't see a lot of diversity in his moves. He just all bull rush,
Yeah.
and it's he- uh I don't know. You just need somebody that got some diversity, can switch it up and get him with speed and strength or something like that.
I think what Sweat needs, and it just goes back to what I just said. If you look back at Washington, though they were not very successful, as a team there, but they had some men on that D line, bro. And
Yeah.
that aided, Montez Sweat tremendously, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
He he was a definite threat on that D line because of the guys that he played on alongside of.
Yeah, you're right.
And I just think we just need a guy like for just because he's playing on a bad team. I'm gonna call his name again. Nah, Grady ain't an alpha. No. He's past that. He's past his prime. Grady's a good player, but nah, he's not alpha. But Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey
Yeah,
Simmons is a guy
that's
that we consider an alpha.
yeah.
Absolute beast. Absolute stud. You get Jeffrey Simmons in here, of course it's gonna cost. Ain't no sense of worrying about how much things gonna cost. But if you can get him in here, he will change the complexity of the whole defense. You're gonna start hearing names you ain't heard in 2 years. Where? But we need to, I mean, and not discounting the guys that we have, but they're not guys that just jump off the screen. They
Nah,
just
bro.
not.
We don't got no blue chippers.
They not. Like,
Right.
I don't like, they give Dexter a lot of crap, but I don't give him that much. I think he's coming along and being a very good player. Is he as intimidating as a kid in Philly that we had an opportunity to get? No. But from a production standpoint, that ain't that far.
Hmm.
But that kid in Philly is surrounded by
Yeah.
he's surrounded by guys, dog. And if you watched him just Sunday,
Yeah.
he disappeared. He disappeared, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, though he's going up against Denver and they got one of the better lines in the league, but bro, you supposed to be that. And it looked a lot like Javon Dexter yesterday. So, listen, man. I think and I'm gonna mention this again. Chemistry is a huge factor, bro, in these
Yeah.
trenches. There's a trust level that has to be had amongst these guys that you're playing the side of, and I just don't think it's there yet with us. And hopefully, this bye helps. Because if you look at guys let's talk about Commanders. You know what I mean? Now they got an old Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? He ain't scaring nobody, but he's reaping the benefits off of them young soldiers that they got playing in the middle of that defense.
Right. You just bring him in on obvious
Come
pass
on,
rush
man. He just playing
situations.
him. He a hired gun into this point.
Right.
We got a former Bear over there, Martin, number 55.
Oh yeah.
I felt like when he was here, he was able to get off the ball, but he just was just a little bit late getting to the quarterback, so he wasn't able to get sacks. But he's over there getting off the ball, bringing pressure. Al-Qadim Muhammad in
He
Detroit was
killing, bro.
because he's playing alongside of a stud, bro.
Yeah.
He's playing alongside of a stud, and all of a sudden, this guy's popping off the screen.
Yeah, man, in the draft, they need to only draft D linemen and O linemen. The whole
Again,
draft.
and these are guys that people criticize Ryan Pace for bringing in. I mean, Ryan Post for bringing in here.
Mm-hmm.
But they doing it somewhere else, which tells me that Post went wrong. It's just that we ain't got the stud. We ain't got the primary guy. We got a bunch of 2s, 3s, and 4s hanging around him.
Yeah.
And shout out to Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
Grady Jarrett, his best days, he left him in Atlanta. I promise you he did. But he wasn't brought in here to be this ultra stud on the football field. That wasn't what he brought in here to be, primarily anyway. He was brought in to be a leader in this locker room. That's something that we lack. I mean, Jalen, he's a pretty good leader, but you need more than one, bro, when you dealing with all these different personalities and all these different guys, bro. You need I honestly feel like you need one per position group. And Grady's that guy for the D line.
Yeah, I mean, he might be a good voice, but he still got to perform, man. It's
Yeah.
And that like I said, like with Kevin Byard, I feel like he's been that kind of a leader for the secondary, especially with Jalen being out. and at least like he's showing it now with this play too, more than ever. He like made some big
Mm.
plays. What he has 3 interceptions, so far on the year. And if they can, like, I would get not just for him, but I think that has something to do with the coaching too. Just as far as taking the ball away, I'm just hoping they can keep being as consistent as they were with that. Because if they can still keep watching film and paying attention to that, and it's not like these are lucky. I know we talked about it last week. They are taking the ball away, so that's
Mm-hmm.
different than a turnover. It's not
Yeah.
like this a lucky fumble and it bounced our way or something like
Yeah.
that. They are literally taking the ball away. So I think that's the difference between. I just hope they can be consistent with it, and hopefully the D line can get some pressure because that would just help out, the secondary even more. And now we're getting healthier. We'll see. Hopefully that says something too. But
And having a stud on this defense also makes the coaching job easy too.
yeah,
You know, I
Oh yeah.
I just can't reiterate that point enough, bro. Like, coaching does matter,
Yeah.
but do you think Field a guy like Greg Popovich will be as successful as he was without a guy like Tim Duncan?
right.
Just imagine
That's true.
if he was coaching the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta get one guy that just jumps off the screen, bro.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know when that's going to happen, but I feel like as soon as it does, or just say one of the young guys we got, say if Booker comes in Monday night and gets 2.5 sacks, and able to keep up that,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, keep up that production throughout the remainder of the season. The teams that we play against gonna have to account for that guy some way, somehow. And with their job of focusing on that guy, it's gonna open
Mm.
up opportunities for everyone else. So
Yeah,
it's as much as we try to, what I'm saying, get down on guys for not doing what they do, some guys just ain't got it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
They just got a level and they can't go no higher, bro.
Mm-hmm.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
believe me, I would love a guy like a Chris Jones, Jeffrey Simmons,
no,
guys that make immediate impacts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we just don't have that yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so crazy because we used to having impact players like that on a defensive line, and then the defense. You just grow up watching those players, and it's just so weird not having that.
But when we had that, we
We
were
have no
struggling.
skill
We were
position,
struggling on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were struggling on the other side, man.
right.
So,
Like, can
man,
we, can we get both of them together? Let's
yeah.
go.
Hey, listen, at some
Oh,
point, this thing got to get
what's gonna
right.
happen in this lifetime real soon.
Right.
Hear me out.
Yeah, I think we on our way, Andy up. I swear, fellas, I think we on our way. We can't be getting pissed and be doing all this flip flopping, man. Just stay the course. I think we're
Yeah.
on our way, man. I
Yeah.
think I would love to think that the Bears got better during this off time. They got some clarity about some things that they were kind of unsure about. And I think those guys up front, man, had a real chance without all the noise to look at themselves in the mirror, bro.
Yeah,
Because it makes no sense for this defense to carry on
Mm.
like it's carrying on.
right.
So we shall
Oh,
see, bro.
yeah. See.
Yeah, hopefully, James is right.
And
Next
how we
time,
get to play these dudes after our bye week at their house 2 years in a row, bro? That's weird to me. Like, what y'all on with us, man?
Yeah,
yeah,
that schedule
they
kind of
knew what they
crazy.
was
Ain't it?
doing. The schedule makers knew what they was doing. Like coming off a bye week again, like against the
And we
same
got to
team.
go back to your crib. Like, come on,
Right.
man. But I know what they. Yeah, everybody.
In
Because
a
people really
strange
get.
way, bro. I love it. I
Okay,
love it.
it's not a bad thing. It tripped me out because
I
I just peeped
love
that
it.
today. But no,
In a
let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Because
in a
I know the
strange way.
NFC.
And I'm
The
not happy
NFC
that Jay.
East is
Real
our
quick before I
common
forget.
opponent.
Yeah.
But to go back there again after a bye week, you know that's kind of I'm like okay, I
That's
see what y'all
yeah,
doing
they was on
schedule
something
making.
with. Hey,
Man,
look,
if
I
we
ain't gonna
get
lie
the
to you. I'm just real quick before I forget this point. I will
Mhm.
tell you that I am happy that it is at their house, and what's even more dope is I want Tyreek to have his best game because I mean, and I know Jalen coming back, and I love Jalen. I ain't skipping ship on Jalen. That's my dog. Also, I think Tyreek being the number one right now, after all that went down, can only be a good thing. And he actually been performing where he had one bad game. He's been like a takeover machine, not just picks, ripping it out, hitting. I mean, even the times where he not getting a turnover at all, he hitting dudes, and these dudes taking a minute to get up. Like he was hitting like a linebacker. Who he just played? Who he beat? Oh, he was hitting those Dallas dudes like linebackers. I'm like, look at this dude. His confidence through the roof. So I just have to throw that out there, man. I think it couldn't be a better time for him to be the number one cornerback, going back to DMV and playing against them dudes, bro.
and another important thing, bro, we ain't seen that flag aimed at those flags that get thrown, those yellow flags. We haven't seen one, get thrown in Tyreek's way in a
Mm,
while.
mm.
Yeah,
It's because he's a very like he's good corner, but he's emotional corner. And emotional
Yeah.
corners are easily to rattle, kind of like get in their head and cause them to play outside of themselves
yeah,
and draw those penalties. You know what I mean? So that he's been pretty cool on the penalty front.
Yeah,
So that's also a refreshing thing to see, and that's how you can tell if guys getting better, man. The
yeah,
things that you used to see from him, we're not really seeing as often.
right.
Now I hope I didn't jinx him. Shoot, you know what I'm saying?
Tyreek gonna be good, man.
Yeah, but
yeah. But after I heard what he had to say on that podcast and talking to Kevin Byard, it really settled me. Like, man, this dude, he really seems self aware. You know,
Excuse me.
like some people, you
Mm.
like how you like, man, you keep making mistakes, you just don't get it. It seemed like he totally understands what's going on and everything, and he's not gonna let it affect him. He just knows he has to be better. He said it. Made it pretty good statements about it. So I'm pretty confident, and like I said, I hope I don't jinx me.
Oh
yeah,
no.
because I think if you're getting cussed out every week, when the coaches hit that clicker, man, and keep rewinding the fact that you done messed up.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that resonates. You're either gonna get better from it or you're gonna shrink.
right. Yeah. So yeah, just hopefully we
Yeah,
go in
it
there
definitely comes down to
W.
coaching with the way he proved and
Mm-hmm.
like you said, nice when they bringing up the tape. We already heard Sweat on NFL Network in the offseason talking about, they in front of the whole group. It ain't just like a like last year, Eberflus had him apologize or whatever when he made that mistake. He knows it's like we'll handle this behind closed doors type deal. It's
Yeah.
well, it is still behind closed doors, but it's they're policing themselves rather than the media having to ask the shitty questions like they are so willing to do in Chicago. But yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Tyreek and Byard. To go back to the trade situation, I'm an hour from Cincinnati. I would absolutely love to have Trey Hendrickson, but like you said, D Nice, you're not getting him for a Tyson Bagent and a third round pick. It's that's they're asking a lot for that guy, and then you got to take on his
Mm-hmm.
contract. I think you have to hope because Trey Hendrickson was a fourth or fifth round pick for the New Orleans Saints under Dennis Allen
Mm-hmm.
out of a small college. He made him, he created him, he taught him. And part of it's him, obviously. He's putting in the work, the weight room, and doing all the
Yeah.
things. But you got to hope that you take Austin Booker and build him in that same kind of mold or
There
someone
you
on our
go.
roster. We're not seeing that at Dom Ross. We're not
Shamar
with
Turner, somebody.
the other. Yeah, we're not seeing it out of the people yet. But I would love to see Dennis Allen just get some time to mold him, much like he did Trey Hendrickson.
Have some homegrown talent for a change, huh?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, you bring up Shamar Turner, and that's the reason they drafted him. Because he just played with that tenacity. So hopefully, yeah, like you said, development. That would be key.
He
You know,
about to have a big game Monday, bro.
uh, man,
Watch.
speak that into put that all up in the air. Yeah. I'll be running all around Wind Creek.
I'm gonna be running around that thing anyway, bro. I'm bringing the energy that
I'll
night.
be like, Andy,
I
you
gotta take
said
my
it.
day
He
off
said
work
it
tomorrow.
right.
I'm glad you said that. I'm
Yeah.
not going to work Tuesday, especially if we win. If we lose, it might be even worse for me going to work.
Right.
Shout
Yeah, we
out to
got
Eric and Dante, man.
yeah.
In the chat. Shout out to these guys and gals, man.
Shout out.
And it's
Shout out to
FGB
James, man.
all day, every day.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, listen, I'm hyped, man, because I feel like this game, is gonna do the opposite of the game of what the game did last year for us, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
but
Monday night.
it just don't seem like the other guys not division, man, want to lose though, man.
Nah, you ain't. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. We gotta go out there and get wild with them, man. Because these
But a
dudes,
lot,
the Lions look like the scariest guys around right now. And then the Vikings, they keep finding these ways to win these close games. Which again, we talked about that earlier.
right.
That builds character and callous and all that's good stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
we don't
I'm
need
like,
none of that
bro.
happening.
yeah. But we are approaching a very graceful part of the schedule. And I say that with all the respect in the world because I understand, what may look easy. We found ways in the past to make the shit hard. But
Right.
but this is real.
Yeah.
We're approaching, after Washington is a real gracious part of the schedule, man. And hopefully we can take advantage.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like some of these games in the beginning of the year looked a lot more challenging than they do now.
Yeah.
With Joe Burrow being out,
Yeah.
how long is Lamar Jackson going to be out,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, even with the Ravens, just looking like how they look and giving up all the points that they're giving up, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Their
that
defense is
that
falling
looks like a
apart, man.
game
It's
like hey,
crazy.
before it was just an automatic L on everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
You ask people to break down the schedule like wins and losses. That was an L on everybody's. Oh, Ravens at Baltimore, L. So,
Yeah, that's true.
hey,
Yeah.
now it's looking
Yeah.
like hey. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hey, yeah, man. You know,
Hey,
but I think our
Houston went
guys
in
gonna be
there and
ready to play, man.
took
Me
it
too,
to
bro.
them on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Where's
Then we
that
got
at?
some. Eric is
As
giving
long
us
as those
the
Bengals keep losing, man,
update.
I'm watching those coming down. I'm gonna try to be in the building for that game.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't blame
I think ESPN 1000's going down there. Not like one of those big trips, but I think they're taking a few fans down there. Um, 'Cause I think Tom
Well,
Waddle's
Tom
from
Waddle's from
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, so yeah,
Yeah,
right,
Oh, okay.
right.
yeah.
And the
Yeah, so
crazy thing, bro, that'll be the game when Brownie just I don't even
Oh,
want to say it.
well,
That'll
The
be the
thing
Brownie
if
ain't
we
got
is,
a
could get
the
out
chance.
there
thing
with
is,
a
it's not,
W, go ahead.
it's
You
not
say what,
Browning,
AC?
dude. It's not Browning. I mean, I know Denver has a great deal home on a 3-man rush team. Like even if you had
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow, their offensive line has just not held up. Yes, in
Yeah.
yesterday's game because Browning turned the ball over so much.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase
To
went
be
into
fair.
the third quarter as leading or second leading tackler on the Bengals team.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
That's a good point. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the Bears pass rush will have a coming out game against. We'll hopefully get that on versus Washington. So
Listen,
yeah,
man, look, we got it's a lot of inspiration going around this league. You know what I'm saying? We can we need some of it.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Not to
Let's get it.
not to look ahead too much, but while we're on the subject of Cincinnati, KB's cousin Billings was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, and the game against the Bengals is going to be his 100th career game. So
Wow.
that's I'd love to see him get a big sack in that game because
wow.
Man,
Big Cuz been
Nice.
that
working
sounds
his
a heck
ass
of
off.
a. Yeah, that'll be dope.
Oh man, see more and more fun facts. You can get them from D Nice, get them from AC. Man, we
All over the
gotta
place,
step my
man.
fat game
Yeah.
up, man. I gotta
I
come
gotta
up with
step
something.
that up right with you, bro.
Yeah, so the Bears look for their 801 victory. And I know we just joined the 800 club, so yeah, yeah. With the two teams with 800 victories, with Green Bay and Chicago.
Hmm.
Yeah, join the 800 club. So
Mm.
Nice.
yeah, with that win last week. So it's a,
And since we talk about winning, man, listen, shout out to the Cubs tonight, man. We need this one.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
straight up.
yeah. With 5 minutes to
Yeah, see,
first
I'm rocking it.
Yes, sir.
pitch. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go Cubs, go.
For sure.
Yeah,
We need
we
it.
definitely got to get back on track. They played Saturday and looked awful. I knew an issue with Boyd going on short rest, but Craig Counsell's going to do what Craig
Right.
Counsell does. We got Showed him and Aga going tonight. That's my son's favorite player. So I'm hoping he brings us some luck. He loves Imanaga, and that dude is a
Okay.
character on and off the field. But
Uh,
yeah,
Yeah.
Trax was saying here, the Jags got down to the goal line, tried to run it in with Trevor Lawrence twice. I don't know what that was, but Chiefs just
Wow.
scored again.
and when
Patrick
you got a
Mahomes ran it
premium
in.
running
So
back, you try to do QB sneaks. I don't know.
And that guy's having a heck of a year. Now, true enough, Kansas City does a great job of situational defense, bro. But if you want to consider yourself amongst the elite, man, you have to supersede that type of stuff, man, and play to your strengths, dog. You can't allow no defense to alter what you do.
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, and
Right.
yeah, there was
hell,
some
at
crazy
least
games yesterday though.
yeah. How about Tampa and Seattle, bro? That
Oh
was
my
that
God.
was one for the ages.
Yeah,
That was one for
what's
the
so
ages.
crazy? It's so much to dive into with that game. It's because I love the quarterback matchup, right? Because it's two QBs who were giving up on, and now look at them just out there just going at each other, and I'm just like, man, this is crazy. It's wild. It's kind of like a redemption story for the quarterbacks, like who were castaways, pretty much.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and they put up quite a game, man. It was what Darnold had, 4 touchdowns, I think.
Uh-huh.
Man, and I know there's a lot of question marks to how he was gonna look, with the new team. Is he gonna go back to his old ways and stuff like that? So
Mm-hmm.
they're looking pretty good. They're looking like that Geno Smith trade was a good idea.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
those two guys are doing what people tried to make me believe Justin Fields and Mitch Trubisky was gonna do when they left Chicago.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Huh.
All right,
I
so
mean, that's a game.
I want to talk
Talk
about
about
the
the
Jets
games
real quick.
yesterday.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
My
Man, the Jets, Jesus Christ. All right, so all right, so oh my God. All right. It's like they get in their own way. It's like they're their own worst enemy. And no matter how good they look at times, they just keep messing up. And I watch their games and watch it on the replay. and stuff, and I'm just like it almost looked like he's still the same player he was with the Bears. It's
Right.
just like highlight flashes, but can't make the layups. Seem like he's missing open people, and I don't know. It's almost like he is who he is at this because you're on your third team, and the defense.
Soon to be fourth.
Yeah, the defense can't get a takeaway. They haven't the only team in the NFL without a turnover in
with a
5 weeks.
defensive-minded head coach.
Right. Yes. At first I guess the special teams got a turnover, but not the defense. We were on a block field goal, I guess. But that wasn't really a turn. I don't know what you would consider that. Yeah, but
Brees Hall was giving it back though.
uh,
He had
yeah,
fumbleitis
Yeah.
yesterday, man.
right. Yeah, and he looked pretty good too. But he, like you said, with the fumbles, yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I
You
think
know,
what
man, it's they say any given Sunday, but they also say the NFL stands for not for long, bro.
right,
And
and I think when a team scores over like 20 something points against Justin Fields, he's like 0-26 or something.
yeah,
Like you haven't won one game where the other team like scored. Oh, that's a horror. That's beyond. You can't even say that's a small sample size. That's almost like
Yeah.
who you are. Like
And another thing that you take from that, because the Cowboys, so obviously they had it on all over the country for everyone to watch. But you see,
right,
for so many people who wanted to keep Justin and trade for the Hall, whether it was even a possibility or not, you see Caleb
yeah,
right.
and Justin against like opponents, which one carved the defense up and which one couldn't get out of his own way. I don't know if
right.
it's good or bad at their offensive line, but because the Cowboys seem to get home immediately, it was crazy to
Mhm.
see. But yeah, Justin didn't do anything to help himself. He's still on reads, throwing behind receivers. Instead of throwing a receiver open, he still has to see him open before he makes the throw. And like I said, I'm not a Justin hater. I got a signed football from Justin out back here. I don't like Ohio State, but I loved him at Ohio State, and I loved the pick when we drafted him, but he wasn't the guy. We have the right guy now. Just in case
Yeah,
anyone thinks this is coming from a spot of hate. And Dallas Cowboys, like we said, they're talking MVP for Dak Prescott against a Jets team who the pieces were there. I like the hiring of Aaron Glenn, but they just something in New York that's just bad.
And the thing
right.
about it,
But
I'm sorry, AC.
now go ahead, brother.
And the thing about it, they were Brees Hall averaged 8 yards a carry.
Which is
Yeah.
insane to say.
So did Javonte Williams, though. It both equally bad on defense.
Wow,
But
8 yards of
Yeah.
carry.
yeah, but the game 37-22 was not nearly that close. If you
Right, he
watched
got a
it.
lot of most of his
No.
stats are garbage time stats that he gets
Garbage time.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I was a big Justin Fields fan, but I knew it was time to move on when I kept like
Mm-hmm.
watching. Like you watch the game, but when you rewatch it, and you be like, man, this dude isn't read anything right. It's like I be like, man, I can't even root for you the way I want to root for you because I'm like seeing the evidence, like man, we need to move
Right.
on. This dude does not know how to read the field. Like he's a like one read
Yeah.
and that's if they ain't
That's
open and
it.
he don't know what's going on. It's
That's it. He tucking and rolling.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
And
mean,
he's
I don't
kind of
know
doing that
how he
again
can
with
get
Garrett
better.
Wilson in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
was doing it with
he
DJ here.
overthrew
He's kind
him
of
like
doing it with Garrett
two or
Wilson
three.
up there.
Yeah, you would think they have a
Yeah.
chemistry from playing together, but he's overthrowing him too. It's like
Yeah.
you used to
Mhm.
his speed and everything. How you overthrowing him? It's like Jesus, because they had a few plays they could have. Can't say that wasn't open. He's just not hitting his targets. Still
Yeah.
Yeah.
overthrowing and underthrowing. It's like he just can't get
Yeah.
get it right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
just to
Then
step off of Justin, man, because that horse is badly beaten, man. And
Yeah.
I want to give him some grace. I want to get up off of him. But how about the Arizona Titans game yesterday?
Oh my God. I'm like,
Listen,
woo, them Cardinals going Cardinal, huh? It-
if
I didn't know
listen,
what was worse.
bruh.
Was
losing
it
the game in that fashion right there. Now the Hail
to a
Mary was
missile
one thing.
team?
The Hail Mary was one thing. The Hail Mary took, there's a lot of miracle and uh a lot of other things that come into the Hail Mary situation. But the
Yeah.
buffoonery that I seen from the
Let's go, D
Cardinals,
Nice.
man,
It was oh
idiots.
oh my God.
I couldn't
And what's
believe the
up with
running
these
back
guys?
Yeah, the running back
dropping the
who
ball.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
uh,
what's up with these guys getting you ran 74 and a half yards
Bruh.
just for you to throw the football out your hand.
like what's the appeal to doing
I
that?
don't understand. The
Is
first
the
person I
football
ever
on?
seen,
You would think is
the,
the football on fire? Like, oh, when I get to this thing, I can finally let it go. Like what's
bro, the
the
first
like?
person I ever seen that the same do that was Chad Ochocinco at Oregon
Mm.
State.
Uh,
He's the first guy I ever seen do that.
yeah,
And I was in shock then. I didn't understand it then. And that
right.
was years ago.
Yeah, they need to do a 30 for 30 on that, man.
And
Like,
DeMarcado, that was the
yeah,
running
because
back that had the big run against us last year. So we knew he had
Yep.
speed, but run through the
Yep.
goalpost, man. I don't care if you Forrest Gump and you don't drop the ball till you in the
right.
tunnel. Like,
Because
but there ain't no reason. Right.
hold
Hey,
on to the
but
ball.
look,
Yeah.
hey, this
It
is
just
funny. This is funny. Now, all this talk of us trade for a running back. DeMarcado has blazing speed and he runs hard. Showing what he shown yesterday, would you give up a 7 for him to bring him on in here?
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, he learned from his mistakes. Yeah, I'll take him. Yeah,
Hey, man, that's
yeah.
tough. That's tough.
I mean, yeah. You get the enemy on him. He'll set him straight.
pick on
Woo.
Mononga.
But yeah, I don't.
I, we just used a 7th round pick on Mononga. I feel like I know that.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, that one where they got the interception right, and
Yeah,
then fumbled, and then knocked the ball into the end zone.
so conveniently, bro.
I'm
It
just
was.
like, what? I'm looking like, wow.
Mm.
What game do you think was worse for Arizona? That game yesterday against Tennessee, or when they played the Bears, and they are who we
Ooh.
thought they were? Game.
Well, the difference was, I think yesterday was worse because the difference was the Bears were a winning team at that time. They had
Yeah.
a pretty good record at that time. If they wasn't undefeated, I think they may have only had one loss at that time. I think one loss. But Tennessee was winless
Right.
and they were beaten. But
Yeah,
you went out your way to give them the game. Like the Bears kind of took that one away from
yeah,
Arizona back
Yeah.
then.
Right. They made like big. Play like yeah, he made some good plays. I mean, when he finally needed to Tennessee did, and but man, they you ain't lying. They gave that one away. It was 21-6.
The game winning touchdown was the interception fumbled into the end zone and the dude fell on it.
Yeah,
And if the guy scores, holds on to the ball, then it's 28-6, and
28-6
the
in
game's
the
probably
fourth
over.
quarter. Right.
Game was definitely over. Game was
Yeah.
definitely over, bro.
So I was
Game was
watching that
definitely over.
like, oh my god. I was like,
But
what? Yeah, it's like you see it on like on social media, and they put like Benny Hill music behind it. Yeah, man, it's so
Yes.
funny because that's what it looks like. It just looks like they're because there's nothing but Cardinals players around the ball, and they all go for the ball, and it just rolls into the end zone.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow. Oh
And
man.
then switching gears a little bit, I had so many high hopes for Justin Herbert. And I know it's not all his fault, bro. I had to take you down off that MVP list and replace you, man.
Ah.
I I had so much promise for him because he is one of my favorite quarterbacks that's in the league now. But two in a row, man, two stinkers in a row, brother,
Yeah.
Yeah.
against NFC East opponents. Not a good look, my man. Now, true enough, they got offensive line issues over there. Um, and they've shown the inability to protect this guy, and he's getting creamed out there, and his play is, reflecting of that. But man, it's not a good look for Herbert and company, man. The
Yeah.
Chargers better wake up, because it's affecting the whole team. If you watch that game yesterday, and you compare the Chargers to how they've played since game one of this season, it's kind of taking a toll on the defense of that team, man. They don't even look like they have a spark anymore, man. They look like they treading water, so that's real concerning, man. Harbaugh and them better wake up.
Right. Yeah, you definitely right about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
two pretty bad losses in a row.
Then they
And
lost their running back. They lost Hampton.
right, and so you riddled with injuries, and now Kansas City's looking like they're back to their form when it looked like you were a few weeks ago. People were thinking you were in control of the division,
Yeah.
and
They were 3 and
to the
0,
point
all
where
division
Kansas City
wins.
was only what two plus 200. That's good, great betting odds. Has Kansas City ever been plus 200 to win the division? So you are fortunate enough to take
Not
that bet. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I should take this bet, put 100 down on it, and would have came up.
Yeah. And shout out to Darren Waller, man. Shout out to Darren
Ah,
Waller, man. Back in the league. He's over the heartbreak of losing his old lady, man. Divorce, and he got out that damn studio trying to do all that damn rapping, man. He's back to where he belong, back on the football field. Good for him. He caught 2 touchdowns yesterday.
yeah.
And that was good to see, man.
All right, yeah. It was good to see him. Yeah,
Yeah.
new lease on thing, and caught some what do you have, 2 touchdowns?
I think it was two.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Uh,
and then I think he caught one last week too, if
uh,
I'm not mistaken. So, good to
yeah,
see him back on the football field, bro.
I thought they had that game too. They wound up losing.
That was a good one too, man.
Yeah,
Tua's now we all know what's going on with Tua, but early on in that game, Miami had a lead, and
yeah,
Tua looked like he was better. He was better suited without Tyreek. He was getting the ball to guys. They still can't run it worth a damn, but Tua looked calm. But that offensive line, man, that's another QB you got to protect, bro. If you can't
yeah.
protect
yeah.
him, he's gonna shrink on you. But that
Right.
was a good game. Dowdle for Carolina. I think he's a former South Carolina Gamecock. He ran for over 200 yards, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
Woo,
Shout out to him.
200. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
just brought him up last week, D Nice, when we were talking about trades. He went off.
yeah.
He was given an
He
opportunity and
went
he
off
took full advantage of it.
took
The
full
Chuba Hubbard
advantage.
down. They turned her, yeah, turned to Rico, and he did
Yeah.
his thing, man. Uh,
All right.
yeah, I will say Cubbies are up 3-0. Seiya Suzuki hit a 3-run home run. So if you're
Okay.
watching the playoffs,
What did you
I
wait? Did you
switched away
say a
from Kansas
3-run
City.
home run? We hit a home run with
That's
people
right.
on
That's
base.
right.
What?
He did.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Ducks
'cause
on
god!
the pond, baby.
we
Yeah.
we we started the first game with a home run. Nobody was on base though.
Right. I'm like, oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah, that
Hey
I love
man.
Bush, but they
gotta pin that one. I love Bush. Uh,
Hey, Eagles, man. I picked Denver to beat Philly last week. I can't remember who I was talking to. I don't know if it was this show or Thursday night, but I picked Denver to beat Philly.
Denver.
Philly, Philly is all right, but they got some work to do, man. I think chemistry wise, they're in a little trouble. They from an identity standpoint, man, they're gonna have to figure it out. They're gonna
Yeah.
have to pick a style, and it may not be very popular, but they're gonna have to pick a style and stick to it. You can't go away from your winning formula, bro.
Yeah.
The quarterback gonna take the criticism
I was gonna say, man,
regardless. But
yeah. I was gonna say, man, this year, brother, I don't remember a year, you know what I'm saying, where there wasn't a clear cut favorite in at all. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like
yeah.
at first it felt like it might have been the Bills and the Eagles in their own little class,
mhm.
but everybody has looked very human this year. Like anybody can be beat. It's truly any given Sunday right now. And
Yeah.
to be honest, man, I feel like that's better for the league. I think it's certain teams where it's just like, yeah, it's kind of out of their hands. Tennessee Titans of the world, they did get their first win,
Mhm.
but you had to look at the extremes the Cardinals had to go to give them that game.
yeah.
Buddy dropping the ball before he crossed the goal line. The crazy amount of fumbles.
Mhm.
The man, Butterfingers has been rampant this year,
Yeah.
rampant. Uh,
Yeah, man.
but it just seemed like this year, I feel like that gap. You know what I'm saying? There's not that gap that there usually is in the league where it's like, man, this team is far and away the best team, and they're running away with it for the whole year. I feel like this could truly be anybody's year if they get hot.
Yeah, and
Right.
you truly have to play a complete game, though. You
Yeah.
know, ain't
Yes.
no game won till the buzzer sounds or the whistle blows.
Yeah. When you see
Mhm.
Buffalo go down and Philly go down in the same week, and yeah, you absolutely right. There's no teams that's just running away like just clear cut Super Bowl favorites. Yeah, you're gonna have to tough this one out, and it's showing a lot of diversity in the league. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who starts to pull away. Like you see what Kansas City doing tonight against Jacksonville, and watch that and see what the outcome of that game is. And yeah, I mean, hopefully the Bears can take advantage of this opportunity. and
Yeah, I
and
think I think around week 12 things gonna start to show itself. You know what I mean? I
uh,
think play teams are gonna start to show itself around week 12
yeah,
because that's when there's no secrets. Everything's out the bag at this point. You are who you are at that point. You either gonna sink or swim. So
Yeah.
and but shout out to Tampa Bay, man. I jinxed the Rams last week by saying that they were a top five team in the league, and they went out there and did what they did versus San Francisco.
yeah,
But Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bro, I think we need to start up the MVP talk with Baker Mayfield, man, because all of their wins, well, really all their games have been close.
yeah,
And
Very
They
close.
they are 3-1, 4-1, and they pulled out some games, bro.
All right, and the one they lost, it
Yeah,
was
they have.
close. So, um,
They lost to the
Yeah.
right,
Eagles.
yeah, it was a good game, man. And when but I like watching Baker Mayfield play, man. He seemed
Yeah.
like he just wants to win and just loves the game, man. You just see it in him when he's just trying to make plays and stuff like that. And I'm glad he's at where he's at in his career and was able to, get to where he's got. And as far as having successes, winning their division, multiple years in a row. How many?
Mhm.
Was this like they fourth division?
Yeah, I think.
Like if they win this year, it'll be what
Yeah, I think
four or
so.
five or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be at least their
Yeah, you
first.
got
Right.
those.
Yeah.
I don't
Tom
think there
Brady
was
got some
anybody
of
else won
that,
that.
and I
Right.
think
Yeah.
Baker got 2 years.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think this will be their fourth, I believe. But
Yeah.
yep.
So.
And Childress, yes, Arizona did. That's a part of what I was just talking about. Buddy dropped that damn touchdown that he had, and it went all down here for the
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals after that.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
Interception. Cam Ward throws an interception. It's fumbled it to the end zone. Touchdown, Titan. I was like, what
But
the hell?
bruh,
Oh,
when I
Just how
say
they drew it up.
extraordinary circumstances.
I know, dude. That phone, like you have got to be kidding me. Because he made the football move and everything.
that's a tough
Yeah.
feeling right there, bro.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
we coming up on being on for 2 hours. So we had a lot to talk about. Even though it's bye week, it's always something to talk about.
Yeah.
And you got any
Always.
closing statements? Anybody want to close out with anything as far as any thoughts or anything like that about be whatever.
Uh,
Yeah, where we started.
I just want to say, go Cubs, go! And the next
Right.
5 or 6 weeks are very important for our Chicago Bears. Depending on how we come out
Yeah.
on the other side of that, and we can't worry about looking up at our division. We need to focus on our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Focus
One game at
on
a time.
yourself, Chicago Bears. Exactly, D Nice. One game at a time. Start stacking these W's. Go get revenge in Washington first. And then it's crazy how bad Baltimore's looking now. Like you said, I don't know if Lamar will be back, but Houston went in there and shellacked those dudes in Baltimore over the weekend.
Man.
The Bengals are
Hey,
awful.
bro.
So we gotta worry about ourselves. Is my final thing.
All right. KB,
I was gonna say, man,
what you?
I go, yeah. I just gotta say, man, look, we sat through the bye week. We know what this game coming up means, man. I've seen a lot of folks saying we should make it personal, man. I'm not of that fan club, man. You gotta approach this game like it's another game at the office. They just another team that's in the way. You need to go out. You need to focus on them. You need to beat them. This league is fickle. Is very fickle. You can sit and look at how the Bears did Dallas one week, and then turn around and have a shootout with Green Bay the next week for a tie, and then absolutely destroy a team the next week. And then you sit here and you look at how we struggled with the Raiders last week for the Indianapolis Colts to absolutely steamroll their ass.
Yeah.
It's any given Sunday, truly. That's what I'm saying, man. It doesn't feel like there's a clear-cut team this year. Anybody can do it if you're the complete team that week. And that's all it takes. It takes being a complete team. So we got to take it a week at a time. Like my boy AC said, man, we can't be worried about looking up at the division. You just gotta win the games that's put in front of you right now. And that game right now is Commanders. Don't make this about the Hail Mary. You got to make this about them being the Commanders coming out of bye week. We got to beat them. That's all we need to go for, and we need to stack wins that way for the rest of the season, man. Because you could be the Oakland Raiders one week, looking like they should be able to beat the Bears and lose on a field goal, and then go get your ass whooped the next week by the Indianapolis Colts, and then look just absolutely downright terrible.
Yeah.
So it's a week to week league, man. It's about who's gonna be complete, and that's where I'm standing right now, man.
Well said, brother. Well said. Well said. Hey man, it's football time, man. It's Bears week. You know, we got to rest off the bye. We, you know what I'm saying? It's time to gear up and let's finish strong. Like AC mentioned, very critical part of our schedule is approaching. We need to have a business like approach week to week. Hopefully we can stay healthy. Um, and that's pretty much it. Shout out to everyone that's been rocking with us all night tonight. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Tracks. Shout out to you guys, man. It's a pleasure working with you guys, like, as usual. Shout out to Annie Up. But hey, man, shout out to you guys, man. Great job tonight, fellas.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this thing up. Yeah, like y'all said too. Hopefully, Bears can pull out a W in convincing fashion. Definitely would like to see them. Continue to grow offensively with the chemistry, and hopefully the run game will come through, and we can get some pressure on the quarterback, and have a nice convincing win in front of the entire nation on Monday Night Football. And of course, hopefully the Cubs can pull out a few victories in a row here, and get on to the next round. And with that being said, hope everybody come join us for the Washington Commanders versus Chicago Bears at Wind Creek Casino, October 3rd, October 13th. My fault, October 13th. So make sure y'all come check us out, and make sure y'all go to Etsy.com/shop/CSP Fit, because we got the merchandise available, the T-shirts available for sale. So go get your CSP gear. Is dope, and go ahead and order that, and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So thank y'all. Until next time, everybody take care. I'm Trey Tunes with D Nice, KB, AC, and we had Annie up earlier. So thank y'all for watching, and see y'all next time.